Today we are going to explore an age-old mystery. How were the pyramids of ancient Egypt built? What stories lie behind these magnificent structures? The pyramids witnessed the rise and fall of ancient Egyptian civilization and carried the authority and eternity of the pharaohs. Let us walk into ancient Egypt together, unveil the mysterious veil of the pyramids, and explore the mysteries of this great civilization. First, let us understand the origins of ancient Egyptian civilization. This civilization was born on the banks of the Nile, and the regular flooding of this river brought fertile land, providing the foundation for the development of ancient Egypt. Around 3000 BC, with the establishment of early dynasties, Egypt achieved unification. The pharaoh became the supreme ruler, combining divine and royal powers in one. Under the leadership of the pharaoh, the ancient Egyptian civilization began its glorious development journey. Ancient Egyptian civilization achieved glorious achievements in various fields. They invented hieroglyphs, which laid the foundation for recording history and inheriting culture. In terms of science and technology, the ancient Egyptians also made outstanding contributions in the fields of astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and more. They developed an accurate calendar by observing the movement of celestial bodies. They developed geometry for land surveying and architectural design. They mastered the technique of making mummies, reflecting their longing for the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians also built magnificent temples, such as the Karnak Temple and Luxor Temple, which were not only centers of religious activities, but also stages for the pharaohs to display their power. In addition, the ancient Egyptians compiled the Book of the Dead, also known as the Book of the Deceased, which recorded their imagination of the afterlife and their pursuit of immortality. When it comes to ancient Egypt, one cannot help but mention the pyramids. These towering structures are symbols of ancient Egyptian civilization, each of which embodies the wisdom and hard work of the ancient Egyptians. The pyramids were mainly built as tombs for the pharaohs, symbolizing the sacred status and eternal life of the pharaohs. The site selection of the pyramids was very particular, generally built on the desert highlands on the west bank of the Nile, which could avoid flood intrusion and facilitate construction. The design of the pyramids was also very ingenious, using huge square stone blocks as the foundation, gradually tapering upwards and eventually forming a pointed top. This design was not only stable, but also had a very good aesthetic effect. So, how did the ancient Egyptians build the pyramids? They mainly used techniques such as ramp transportation and chute hoisting. The workers first built a circle of ramps around the pyramid, then placed the stone blocks on wooden sleds, pulled the sleds with ropes, and transported the stone blocks to different heights of the pyramid along the ramps. Inside the pyramid, the workers also built narrow passages and hidden rooms for placing the pharaoh's sarcophagus and burial objects. Building the pyramids required a large amount of labor. It is estimated that building a large pyramid required tens of thousands of people and took about 20 years. The pharaoh mobilized a large number of people to participate in the construction, including both skilled craftsmen and ordinary laborers. People participated in the construction of the pyramids not only out of awe for the pharaoh, but also out of loyalty to the country. The pyramids are not only architectural wonders, but also symbols of ancient Egyptian civilization. They witnessed the glorious achievements of this great civilization and demonstrated the wisdom and strength of the ancient Egyptians. The construction techniques and aesthetic value of the pyramids have had a far-reaching influence, inspiring countless people in later generations to admire and yearn for ancient Egyptian civilization. The pyramids also reflect the ancient Egyptians' pursuit of eternity. They believed that death was not the end of life, but the beginning of eternal life. As the tomb of the pharaoh, the pyramid carried the soul of the pharaoh, enabling them to continue enjoying the glory of the world in the afterlife. The intricate passages and rooms inside the pyramid also symbolize the pharaoh's journey in the afterlife. Today, the pyramids still stand on the banks of the Nile, attracting tourists from all over the world to visit. They are not only the heritage of ancient Egyptian civilization, but also the treasures of all mankind. Through the pyramids, we can catch a glimpse of the mystery and greatness of ancient Egyptian civilization. However, no civilization can last forever. With the passage of time, ancient Egyptian civilization also declined. This process was gradual, with both internal reasons and external factors. From an internal perspective, with the change of dynasties, the authority of the pharaoh gradually weakened, and the country fell into division with local lords contending for power. At the same time, corruption in the bureaucratic system and heavy taxation also intensified social contradictions and weakened national cohesion. From an external perspective, ancient Egypt was constantly invaded by foreign enemies. In the 8th century BC, ancient Egypt was conquered by the Assyrian Empire. In the 6th century BC, it was occupied by the Persian Empire. Although the ancient Egyptians put up a stubborn resistance, they ultimately found it difficult to resist the powerful foreign enemies. In 332 BC, Alexander the Great led his army to conquer Egypt, and ancient Egyptian civilization finally came to an end. This great civilization took its final bow on the stage of history. Although ancient Egyptian civilization has vanished in the long river of history, the precious heritage it left behind, especially the pyramids, still shocks everyone who witnesses it. The glorious achievements and immortal spirit of this civilization are worthy of our admiration and learning. Today, let us take the wisdom and perseverance of the ancient Egyptians as a guide, cherish everything we have, and use our hands to create the miracles of our era. Let us write a more brilliant chapter in the long river of history. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.